keeping Calgarians safe around water.
Day by day it will get better, but for now the wound's still new.
The changes meant to save lives. From 50-50 to zero.
I haven't really slept a lot in the last few days, to be quite honest.
Why a winner may not be able to claim his prize. And a trip back in time.
And to imagine a different world, a different time, a different era.
A miniature exhibit makes a big impression.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Ian White.
Good afternoon. More than a dozen stormwater ponds across the city are being improved with extra safety measures, including the one in Legacy, where a young girl drowned this summer. Tyson Fedor joins us from the Southeast community. And Tyson, the city says the safety improvements have been in the works for some time.
Well, Ian, the city does say that plans to enhance many of these stormwater ponds across the city actually began last year, including the ones behind me here in Legacy, and that work is set to commence later this week. Calgary has more than 300 stormwater ponds across the communities here in this city. Now, 15 of the city's stormwater ponds will have these safety measures installed this year, many of them located in the southeast. Measures include replacing old caution signage, installing new interpretive signage, and increasing thorny vegetation around the ponds to create barriers and putting in some fencing. The city says it will depend on each body of water and what measures are needed. Last month, 7-year-old Adriana Matamona drowned in a Legacy stormwater pond located next to a playground. She was autistic and nonverbal. Her family have been calling for safety measures around ponds, particularly close to playgrounds. Now, the pond that Adriana drowned in, along with an adjacent pond, are on the city's list to see enhanced safety measures. Her family is applauding the city's efforts.
Day by day it will get better, but for now the wound's still new. Legacy, it's a very young community, and we have a lot of young couple there with young kids. So this one is very good.
Now, the city says the 15 ponds were considered the highest priority throughout the city. Ongoing assessments means more ponds in Calgary may see some of these safety measures in the future. The city once again reminding all residents that they should stay away from all of these ponds, including in the summer when the water is out, but also in the winter when the ice forms. Ian?
Good advice. Thank you, Tyson. A major figure in Calgary's sports community has passed away. Peter Maher was the Calgary Flames radio play-by-play broadcaster for 34 years.
May the Flames put this game in the win column, and in the future have many, many occasions to yell and celebrate big victories with, "Yeah, baby!"
Maher retired in 2014 after calling 2,954 games for the Flames. He was the original radio voice for the Flames in 1980 after 3 seasons calling games for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Maher was at the mic when the Flames won the Stanley Cup in 1989, and he was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 2006. Peter Maher was 79 years old. Calgary police are still looking into how a pickup truck ended up in the Bow River. Someone spotted the truck near the Zoo Bridge at 6:30 this morning. Crews rushed to the scene in case anyone needed to be rescued, but the vehicle was empty. Aquatic rescuers from the fire department found a person on an island who was conscious and alert. Officials believe it was the driver. Police are still investigating. A crash in the southeast ended up taking out a fence this morning. It happened at the intersection of 36th Street and 14th Avenue. An SUV ended up with significant damage, and it appears a van narrowly missed hitting a pole. Police say one person was taken to hospital as a precaution. Investigators are still piecing together the chain of events. A Calgary man says he's being denied his winnings for a Stampede 50-50 draw. Chris Geiger purchased the ticket on July 11th, right before he was going overseas on a vacation. When he returned to work on Monday, Geiger checked his ticket, and he had the matching number. But the Stampede says Geiger can't collect his $125,000 in winnings because he had to claim the prize within 48 hours of the draw. Geiger argues there is no wording on his ticket indicating that, and all the website says is the prize may be claimed within 48 hours.
There's a small little rules button that I found out that was explained to me, and I click on that, and then if you click on there, then it says you must claim it in 48 hours. So that part's covered. That's really hard to find though. My ticket's right here. It's well over a foot long, and I think there's lots of room to put a disclaimer on the ticket.
Geiger says he's seeking advice from a lawyer and hopes to come to a reasonable conclusion with the Stampede Lottery Committee. The city is throwing it back to the 90s for a farewell to the Thunderslide. The water slide at Village Square Leisure Centre is being replaced at the end of the month as part of facility upgrades. Calgary actor Andrew Fung shared his memories of riding down the slide on social media and pitched the idea of a farewell celebration. So the city has decided to throw it back to 1994 on the final day of operation with a retro admission price of $4, a DJ, and some classic decor. Following that, the Village Square Leisure Centre will be closed for renovations until the end of 2027. And today is a day definitely for an indoor water slide. Don't really want to be doing much outside, right?
Yeah, but we need this moisture. This is a very good thing. It is cool though, so it's not a lovely spend time outdoors type of day. We're cool, we're rainy, but we're not getting the messy weather that they're getting off to the north. So north of Olds is where there are weather statements in place, as you can see in that lighter green there, and that's because there's the potential for funnel cloud development. And east of Edmonton, there's a tornado warning in place. So they're dealing with that messy active weather. We're getting the much needed rain in the south end. Yes, there's still about 30 millimeters possible in the areas highlighted in that bright green there. So the areas under the rainfall warning. So that extends from Canmore over to Bragg Creek to Okotoks down to Claresholm, especially along Highway 2 and off towards the mountains. In Calgary, we're still going to see a fair bit of rain. 11 degrees is the temperature right now. We have on and off rain going on right now. For tonight, we're looking at about 10 millimeters of rain, 5 to 10 is what's possible, and then another couple millimeters possible tomorrow as things lighten up to just some, showers for tomorrow. Not as widespread long term for tomorrow. Just a high of 16, but it's warmer than the 12 we got today. That's your 24-hour forecast brought to you by Fifth Avenue Volkswagen. Family owned, community driven. Discover more at Fifth Avenue Volkswagen.
Thank you, Danielle. The city is trying to crack down on illegal dumping, but there are still many piles of trash throughout Calgary, including some near new neighborhoods. Alicia Fieldberg joins us from Saddle Ridge. And Alicia, it is not a pretty scene near those homes.
It isn't, Ian, and the junk isn't just an eyesore. It actually stinks as well when it gets wet, especially, and people who live here are not happy about it, obviously. Sofas, suitcases, shoes, building materials, more, they all lie in heaps and scattered along the edges of new developments here in Saddle Ridge, and people living near it are sick of it. The City of Calgary says it takes illegal dumping seriously because it creates safety hazards, can attract pests, impacts the environment and wildlife, and results in cleanup costs. Now, the city says it's a growing concern, especially near vacant or open land like this and developing neighborhoods, because they're less visible and harder to monitor. And Charlie Simpson agrees. I spoke with him earlier. He works for one of the developers and says that stuff just starts showing up. He's had to clean it up a couple of times. He said once in the fall and again in the spring, and it just keeps piling up. They don't see who does it. But this year, the city did start a public awareness campaign. They've posted signs in known trouble spots. They're really asking people to call 311 or report it to 311 if they have any problems. And if you can, take videos, photos, even a license plate number.
What a mess indeed. Alicia, thank you very much. Well, farmers saw it all this summer. Major downpours and a dry heat. Next, how the harvest is looking right now. And it's a major fundraiser for cancer treatment. A former CTV personality tells us why it's so important. It's been an unusual summer for farmers in southern Alberta, but now they're looking ahead to harvesting a good crop. Farmers near Lethbridge saw plenty of rain, even flooding in June, followed by a dry, hot July. Some farmers have already started harvesting their barley. This year, farmers are anticipating above average yields.
I've talked to a few other farmers, and asked them what their crop yields look like, and it'll be above average in this area. I don't know if it'll be a bumper crop. There is some drowned out spots, and then also some spots where the heat did get to it in July.
Many farmers say they'll wait for their crops to dry out from the rain this week before they get started on the harvest. The wine industry in the Okanagan Valley is feeling the impact of the wildfires.
With where the fire is right now, which is, 2 to 3 kilometers from where our vineyards are as the crow flies, as my winemaker said, it's not looking very good.
Summerland is home to 24 wineries, and all of them are under an evacuation order. Many operators say they don't yet know how the smoke will affect their grapes. Others are worried about their crops not getting the water needed in advance of the fall harvest. So obviously in the interior of BC, they really do need the rain with the fire situation. They don't need any lightning, but they need rain. We're getting it instead.
Yeah, you could say we're lucky. It's like gold for us. In some isolated areas, this is too much too fast because we're still looking at a lot of rain in some isolated spots, and that will cause a little bit of flash flooding if it hasn't already. So we are still looking at a good amount for Calgary, but for most communities in southern Alberta, this is liquid gold. And we're getting it in the form of rainfall, while our friends to the north are once again getting hit by very active weather, damaging weather. All right, temperatures, yes, they've been cold today, so hopefully you're prepared for it and you had your coat and you are ready for this. It's short term. I'm going to show you the 10-day trend in just a little bit here. 11 degrees in Calgary. That was our afternoon high. We were at 12 degrees. But that was at midnight. And we've been cooler ever since midnight. 13 degrees is the temperature at Lethbridge, 15 in Medicine Hat. All right, here's the look at those statements and warnings in place. So north of Olds is where there's the risk of funnel cloud development, which is why this statement is in place. And in fact, this is a tornado warning in place east of Edmonton by the Saskatchewan border. So while they're dealing with that messy weather, we're getting the rainfall. And yes, still heavy rain possible in many of these areas. So when we're looking at the areas under the rainfall warning in green here, and this extends from Canmore, Bragg Creek, Okotoks, down Nanton, Claresholm, over to Brooks, and in through Pincher Creek and Crow's Nest Pass, isolated areas could still see another 20, even 30 millimeters of rain. And outside of that warning, we're looking at about 5 to 10, even 12 millimeters of rain possible before this is all said and done. Here's a look at the wave that's passing through right now. We'll get more pushes of rain through tonight, but it's heavy at times in Calgary and surrounding areas and all down the Trans-Canada as well. Looking at the futurecast to give you the timeline here, it will be heavy tonight as well, but tomorrow this is what it lightens up to more scattered showers. So less widespread, less consistent, less intense, and that's the story throughout tomorrow. So tomorrow we're looking at just picking up a couple millimeters of rain in Calgary and surrounding areas as well. But by Saturday, because it will still be unstable behind the system, Saturday the sun will come out, temperatures will start to climb, but we do have the risk of late day thunderstorms, especially around those supper hours. All right, looking at that longer range forecast, 16 degrees is our high tomorrow. So that's still cold because 23 is normal for this time of year. However, it's better than the 11 and 12 we had today. 10 millimeters possible, 5 to 10 tonight, and then another 2 millimeters possible tomorrow, and then the sun comes out for Saturday. Risk of late day thunderstorms, a high of 21. And by Sunday, you're looking at a high of 23 degrees. So we get right back into summery weather by the weekend. That's your 5-day forecast brought to you by Centra Install Pros, your window and door replacement specialists.
Big lottery prizes are up for grabs in Alberta with the benefit of supporting essential cancer programs. The Alberta Cancer Foundation Lottery is offering over 900 prizes worth more than $4 million. The grand prize winner can choose between a luxury home in Calgary or Edmonton or $2 million in cash. There are also vehicles and vacation packages to be won. Proceeds help fund treatment and research while providing support to patients and their families. Former CTV Calgary meteorologist David Spence is a spokesperson for the Alberta Cancer Foundation. As a cancer survivor, he says the support is essential.
Somebody in the Arthur Child Cancer Centre, perhaps working today as a researcher, is going to come up with a therapy that will benefit thousands, if not millions, of people in the future. And it's very exciting stuff. And through the Alberta Cancer Foundation Lottery, that kind of research will continue to be funded, and thousands of lives will be saved or at least prolonged by what comes out of the work being done today.
You can find out more and buy tickets at albertacancerlottery.ca. And patient Ambassador Livy preparing some cold treats during Miracle Treat Day at Dairy Queen. All proceeds from Blizzard purchases today get donated to the local children's hospital. Livy, who is now 10, spent time in the children's hospital recovering from a rare neurological disease. The annual event has raised over $8 million for the Alberta Children's Hospital, and she can have as much ice cream and chocolate as she wants. Shark Tank judge is facing some headwaters in northern Alberta. Still to come, a setback in court for Kevin O'Leary's AI data center plan. Sales are on the rise at Canadian Tire. Joining me is Liana Wachniak, investment advisor with the Popowich-Karmali Advisory Group. Liana, Canadian Tire is looking pretty good heading into back-to-school shopping season.
That's right. They just reported their second quarter results and saw both profit and revenue go up for the quarter year over year. Now, interestingly enough, when you start to break down where those sales were happening, overall, they saw sales increase at the same store. But if you break it down between the brands, they actually saw that number dip slightly, less than 1%, at their flagship Canadian Tire stores. Where they did see a fair bit of growth was at their Marks brand, which was up over 4%, and at Sport Chek, which was also up over 8%. So overall, those two brands gained quite a bit of ground in terms of sales over the last quarter. What was also interesting to note is that they did talk a little bit in this report about the fact that they are using some of that data from the Triangle Rewards program that you use when you purchase things at Canadian Tire in order to try to figure out kind of people's spending patterns and match things together that make sense in terms to putting them on sale, or at least putting them together in some way so people remember to pick up more items when they're in the store. So watch out for some interesting, maybe cross-brand promotions coming from Canadian Tire there.
And inflation numbers at the wholesale level in the U.S. are starting to cool off.
That's right. And actually, they cooled off a fair bit from month to month. Actually, last month was about 5.5% year over year. This month, which was the July reading, 4.7%. So that actually did come off a fair bit. And the measure of core inflation, which strips out food and energy costs, also went down. That does give the U.S. Fed a little bit more wiggle room, a little bit more room to hold rates at their next meeting in September. And the market took that as good news. Traders are now hoping for the Fed to hold interest rates, not increase them as some were worried about. And going into the September interest rate decision, that means we might see a bit more positive trading on markets because of it.
Liana, thanks for the update.
Thank you.
Sturgeon Lake Cree Nation is celebrating a win in what it calls its first legal battle against a celebrity-backed AI data center. Canadian businessman Kevin O'Leary is behind Wonder Valley. He wants to build the multi-billion-dollar AI data center park in northwest Alberta. The First Nation is fighting a provincial water license connected to the project. It says the province had a duty to consult with First Nations before it was approved. The O'Leary Group asked the court to dismiss the case on procedural grounds. A judge rejected that attempt, so the judicial review will move forward in December. Alberta's government plans to study the province's water supply as far as a century into the future. Environment Minister Grant Hunter says Alberta's population, industry, and farming sector are all growing, and water will be needed to sustain that growth. The province says the study will look at major water projects around the world, including the California Aqueduct, which serves 35 million people, supports farming in the state, and generates hydroelectric power. The study is expected to be complete next spring. A major figure in Calgary's sports community has passed away. Here's Tara Nelson with a look ahead to CTV News at 6.
Hi, Ian. Peter Maher was the Calgary Flames radio play-by-play broadcaster for more than 30 years. Maher was at the mic when the Flames won the Stanley Cup in 1989 and inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 2006. Coming up at 6 o'clock, we'll hear how he's being remembered by fans. Also ahead, the trash just keeps building up in a northeast community. Coming up, what the area councillor plans to do about the illegal dumping. Ian.
Thank you, Tara. The number of secondary suites registered with the city has doubled in the past 5 years. In 2024, there were 13,000 legal suites in Calgary's secondary suite registry. That number has risen to 26,000, and the city credits much of the growth to its incentive program. City Hall provided $10,000 per homeowner to help pay for renovations for a secondary suite. Those incentives added another 7,000 suites. The new registered secondary suites account for a quarter of all new units added in Calgary over the past 3 years. One more day of rain, or at least showers, but by the weekend it looks pretty nice. Right now in Calgary, it's 11 degrees, light rain. Danielle has details coming up. Are you enjoying your ice cream?
I am.
Lucky you.
Yes, so I know it's a rainy day.
Yes.
But nothing brightens a day like a Dairy Queen blizzard.
Absolutely.
Especially today, when it goes to help a bunch of kids, because the proceeds go to the Alberta Children's Hospital.
Very
so
good
head out
cause.
and get a blizzard. And thankfully, we don't have any blizzards in the forecast. 11 degrees current temperature. Today's high was 12, but that was at midnight. We do have more rain, though, in the forecast. So tonight, while we're sleeping, another 5 to 10 millimeters possible. And then tomorrow, this lightens up to isolated showers, so a couple millimeters possible. And temperatures will slowly start to climb. 16 degrees tomorrow, 21 for Saturday, with a decent risk of late-day thunderstorms, especially around those supper hours. And by Sunday, hey, we're back to more seasonal, summery weather, with some sunshine and a beautiful high of 23 degrees. After that, we will continually warm up from there as well.
All right. Thank you very much. A park that celebrates the agricultural lifestyle has a new indoor attraction. Granary Road has a new model train exhibit. Construction on the exhibit began in May, and recently the landscapes have taken shape with a large agricultural presence, because that's a big part of what the park is all about. Organizers say it's a chance for children and their parents to see the working model up close.
Parents are very fascinated about STEM projects, kinetic projects. So when you have the ability to incorporate something that they're already playing with at a very early age, which is trains, everybody's had a wooden train track at some point in their life, and now we're building the blocks that understands how that train moves in motion, why it moves, what's the electric component to it.
And Granary Road says it has the room for this exhibit to get even bigger. Thanks for joining us. Now here's the early edition of the CTV National News.